hitting the go live button. Sorry, camera just shook. So I made notes for today. I have a live every other week, every 2 weeks, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But just follow me on Instagram because sometimes I change it to 8:30 depending on whenever I can get my kids to bed. So let me know in the chat what you guys are doing tonight. Give me a thumbs up. Also, it greatly helps out my channel, and subscribe if you are not, because about half of you that watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. It's completely free. All right, so today, as you can see from the thumbnail, I'm going to discuss summer. I have 3 little kids. It's crazy. One is home from school for the summer, and we need to stay busy. I also need to still have an income. So this is kind of how I pivot my business for the summertime. And this is kind of new because my son just completed kindergarten and he did do preschool. So this will be my second summer of kind of learning how to change my schedule to still have time to put into my business. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I curled my hair. It's been a while. Okay, so now, prior to summer, I would mainly work during my kids' nap time. But one of my kids no longer takes a nap. He kind of aged out of it. He just turned 4. You know, it's kind of beyond him right now. So I only have my youngest, who's almost 2, takes a nap after lunch. And so that's when I would try to get my work in and then, or my photographing. And then I would list during like playtime, any downtime I had. I would be on my phone listing, and I take pictures and I list directly on my phone. It's the easiest and most convenient. Hi, Ellie. Thank you guys for joining me. And so the new strategy, I get up every morning at 6 a.m. Before, I would get up at 6:45 in the morning to get my son ready for school because he takes the bus. But now I'm getting up at 6 a.m. The sun is up and bright. It wakes me up. And so I typically will work on my phone for a little bit, check all my notifications, see if I have any solds, which have been kind of sad lately because my sales have been pretty slow. I'll get to that later. And then, I'll get up, I'll have my cup of coffee, I'll sit in my little chair and work. So I'm going to, obviously I'm planning my summer with activities, and kids do, their camps and practices, and I go to the gym in the mornings during the week. So it's chaotic, and I still have to find time to work. So yes, my son just completed Star Wars camp this week, and he was very excited. He is completely obsessed. All right, so the big thing with changing your business is what works for me doesn't work for everyone or for you. You know what works, but I'm just sharing my experience. So a big part is saving time. And I've kind of touched on this before, where time is money. And if you can pay out for somebody to do something for you, do it. So, for example, I just hired my niece to photograph for me. She is in high school. She was looking to make money. She's also my babysitter, but she has a very busy schedule. She's in traveling sports, and she's busy almost every single day of the week. But sometimes she has downtime during the week, and she needed money. So I'm like, wait a minute. She takes lots of selfies and stuff, of course, like all the kids do. She knows photography, right? You guys, I kid you not, it took me 40 minutes of just showing her the ropes. She got it down. Her photos are amazing. I am shocked. I sent her home with a ring light, a hanger, some scissors, a lint roller, and I think that's it. So right now she's just taking pictures. I think next week I'm going to train her how to measure my clothes because, and I give her like a tote at a time. I do pay her hourly. And so far, she's blown it out of the park. The only issue I'm having is lighting, which lighting is always an issue. So I just have to go in and like brighten up the picture. But you always want to make sure that the item stays true to color. So that's kind of a challenge. But even when I use my ring light and lighten my photos while I'm taking pictures, sometimes I still have to go back in and edit. So I'm still kind of playing around with that. But hiring a photographer. You can go online and hire VAs. We all know tons about VAs and bots if you are for them or against them. I'm not going to get into that here, but I am going to share with you some other things that I do. So I also, like I said, I go to the gym in the mornings. It makes my energy go through the roof throughout the day, which increases my work productivity. And so when I go to the gym, they actually have a childcare watch room. And so I can just take my kids with me. I drop them off. I go to the gym because otherwise you would have to take them to a sitter or the grandparents, and it's out of the way for me completely, which takes driving time. So the childcare room, bringing my kids along with me is great. Saves on time and gas money, which is going up here in Illinois. Another big one is Instacart. We do pay for the annual subscription because you get discounts on the fees or whatever. But we have groceries delivered to us from Aldi, and it's about a 20-minute drive, and they deliver it for a very cheap fee. So I save tons of money, or not, well, I do save money because I shop at Aldi, which I love, but save a lot of time because I have the groceries delivered. And things that I previously buy, I pretty much buy the same thing each week. And so it's already very easy for me to do. And these are all, on your phone with apps. So, oh yes, I am more of a morning person. I don't stay up very late. I go through periods where I'm like super up late. And if I am, it's typically because I'm on TikTok. Trying to stay off of that because I need to get more work done. So, okay. Now, other ways to increase, I guess, if you were to hire out, and I know it depends on everybody's income, but like I said, time is money. So, for instance, we have a very large yard. It takes me on a big riding lawnmower 3 to 3.5 hours just to mow, not even to trim. That's quite a significant amount of time. It takes me, I usually divide it into 2, and I do it when my youngest is napping inside. So that is a lot of time that I could be working, especially when I am part-time. So I need to speak with my sister, but my nephew, who's going into high school, he is offering to mow for us. So I showed him like how to start the mower, and next week I was kind of going to let him, test it out. And obviously I'm getting a deal because if I hired out with a professional lawn company, it would cost me an arm and a leg because we have such a large lot, but I'm going to pay him a fair hourly rate and hopefully save myself time so I can put that time into my job. Okay. Another one that I haven't done yet, but side note, I'm getting all of this inspiration from Nicole State. You either love her or you hate her. I've loved her from day one for 5 years. I've been following her this whole time. She has been posting on her stories lately about how she has hired out. She's always had a cleaning company come and clean her house like weekly. She hired out for somebody to prep her meals and to do all the exercise and health things for her. So I would totally do that, but we meal prep ourselves. Okay. Let's see. Grocery pickup. I always do that either through Target, which I love Targets because they have it ready and like super quick, or I'll do Walmart grocery pickup. And, I just do it when I'm running errands. I'm in town. It's very convenient, especially when you have kids. You know what I'm talking about. My youngest is not quite 2, and she does not do very well in a shopping cart. So, especially with COVID, because she hasn't really had that chance to go out and know how to behave in public. And so we are learning. Okay, so those are the ways that I save time, which translate into money. I think I've gotten my point across, right? Okay, now I did see a very funny meme about how parents are saying, please don't take away grocery pickup because, a lot of people are fully vaccinated, and so they're hoping that they don't take away that service because it has been very beneficial for me and for all the parents around. So, okay. Also, side note, Dr. Pepper zero sugar. It's not diet. I have diet Dr. Pepper in my fridge, and it obviously tastes like a diet soda. I've been trying to be healthy for like the last 4 months, and so I switched to diet sodas because I was consuming about 4 to 5 sodas a day, which is a lot of calories. So this guy's actually tastes like real Dr. Pepper, not diet, and it has 0 calories. It does have it has 60 milligrams of sodium, so that's not the greatest, but 0 sugar. So side note, not sponsored. Okay. Now, when I was discussing before that I had hired my niece to take photos for me, so she's amazing. She worked 5 hours, guys, her first day. And I said that she could work 2 to 4 hours a week because I want to see if that translates into increased sales before I, have her work too much. And so she worked 5 hours. And I said, you got to stop. I was like, you went over your time. But she went through two totes of clothes. And obviously she's not like super fast starting out because she's new, but I am shocked at how well she is presenting the clothes in the pictures. You can go to my store. I put all the links in my description, or you can go and see like my new or just in items, and she photographed like 90% of those. So, okay. So since she had photographed so much so quick, I was like, ooh, I got to get these listed, and so I worked faster and felt more, pressured because she had already taken the pictures for me. So that was also another bonus. Sprite Zero. Yes, Alicia, I have that in my fridge too. Actually, no, I take that back. I have 7-Up Zero. Sprite Zero is almost always sold out in this area because I prefer Sprite Zero over 7-Up or Diet 7-Up. I don't remember what it's called, but okay. Now, I have heard a lot of people on social media complain about slow sales. Typically this time of year, it's called summer slowdown. It depends what kind of categories you sell in. I sell used, mainly clothing and accessories. So yes, you will see a summer slowdown. That is a tongue twister. But keep in mind that starting July 15th, there will be the child tax credit, which starts through the government. And so I'm hoping to see an increase in sales because I believe kids age 1 to 5, you'll get $250 a month for each kid. And then age 6 to 17? 6 to something, it's $200. So, and that's each kid. So people will be getting money monthly. Just keep that in mind. I'm hoping it translates into more sales, but we will see. So yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to discuss my last couple of weeks with how I have changed or any kind of updates. But I have previously mentioned Paisley Lion as possibly an alternative to ThredUP as an online consignment store. And they have a 2 to 4 weeks processing time. And I have sent in 2 boxes that should be processed within this next week. So I can't report back to you as far as pricing, and I will get to that once I have some items sell. So that will probably be 2 months out before I have a follow-up on if I think it could be a replacement for ThredUP. Okay, so let's see. Paisley Lion, because it kind of, quite a few people were discussing it on social media. There is now a hold on labels. So I think word kind of got out. They're great consignment fees as far as commission, which you can't beat. You can go to paisleylion.shop. I'll type that in the chat. To go to their sell page, and you can personally look at the rates because you really can't beat them. Making sure I spelled that right. Yeah, okay. How did I find Paisley Lion? Honestly, Darylyn, the Purple Boutique, she messages me, like, I swear weekly. She's just like, hey, have you heard about this place? Have you heard about that place? And she's always branching out about these new places I hadn't heard of before. And so she, I think, had mentioned this company before. Okay, so that is how I found Paisley. So, Alicia, what's your opinion on Etsy buying Depop? I don't know. I mean, I feel like Depop has a different aesthetic than Etsy. Don't you guys agree? But Depop has really grown, and if they need the capital and didn't have the funding, I could totally see why, because Etsy is massive. But I think it is totally a different kind of buyer. Etsy versus Depop. On Depop, I have been trying to sell on there for a year and a half, and I'm no longer listing new items because guys, seriously, I've had like three sales. Complete waste of my time. I do sell a lot of vintage, and I do model some of the pieces, but I guess I don't know if it's due to my age, or maybe I don't necessarily style the items, but I don't have any luck with Depop. And with Etsy, it's been very slow for me. I have the best luck with shopthrilling.com selling my vintage. But the kind of buyer that's on Etsy is the person that's looking for a unique piece that is willing to pay. They're not going to message you. I've only had maybe 1 or 2 people message me and be like, hey, would you take this amount? And when they did, it was usually a reasonable offer. But typically the Etsy buyers aren't going to like try to ask you to lower your price. They're going to pay it, and they're going to be a good customer. So that's my opinion. Yes, Depop, it's not for me. So I'm going to stop listing on there, and I'm focusing more on Facebook Marketplace. My sales have replaced eBay, thank goodness, because I think I went 5 days without a single sale. I now have over 1,000 active listings on eBay. I sell everything: clothing, accessories, home goods. I sell it all. And so I would totally be panicking right now if I was only listing on eBay, but because I use List Perfectly, which is a Google Chrome extension to cross-list, I'm getting sales on Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, and Mercari. I also list on Shop Thrilling, and I get some sales on there as well with Etsy sale prices. So, I typically make 20% more versus if I would have sold that item on eBay. Okay, so now let's briefly discuss ThredUP. I initially started my live, and it was called ThredUP Thursday, but you guys all know the crazy drama from 2020. And if you don't, I have a ThredUP playlist, and you can go see all that. But so I kind of pushed away from ThredUP. I didn't send anything in for about 3 months, and then I sent in, I think, 4 kits. And there is still some money to be made. I'm still kind of trying to figure it out. It is possible. I'm not making the money that I was making, and I realized I was marking items up to their max, and they weren't selling because people are not wanting to max out their prices because there's that $5.99 reclaim fee per item. If you go over ThredUp's 50% price increase, I create a whole different video on that. But so I think my strategy moving forward, I'm like I said, I'm kind of waiting out Paisley Lion to compare. But if I don't think that's because I guess Paisley Lion is a small company, and I don't know that they can grow fast enough. Because like I said, their labels are currently on hold. And so I do still have labels for ThredUp. I know some people can't get labels. Create a new account. That may work. Or a different IP address, different computer. So I'm going to be making a what sold for Q1 for ThredUp to show you guys what had been selling for me. But I think moving forward with ThredUp, I'm going to only mark up to the max without getting the $5.99 reclaim fee per item. Now, keep in mind, they also changed that you can, when you reclaim your items, you can no longer use your reward points to get the free shipping. So you do have to pay $5.99 to reclaim your items. Quite a few people were upset by this. I mean, I don't really blame them. because shipping can be expensive depending on how many items you're reclaiming. So this is what I have been doing when I had to reclaim my items. I'm pickier on what I want to reclaim. Have I sent it in before? Can I sell it myself? How much money did I pay for the item? Was it given to me? Etc., etc. These are all factors if I want to reclaim the item. So what I have been doing is I will go and look for an item that I personally want to wear or buy, or something that I think I can flip and at least get my money back, so I would break even. You can use Google Lens if under, is it unbranded? I can't remember, unbranded or assorted brands. You can use Google Lens, and because they commonly put wrong brands, and you can get, it does take some time, but you can get an item to flip because they misbrand it. Okay, so what I've been doing is I've been buying items for myself personally, and then I bought, for example, so you know the mall brand Express. Well, it used to be called in the 90s and previous Express Tri-Cut. I'm probably saying that wrong. Anyways, so ThredUP will sell vintage items too, right? And so I just looked up Express Tri-Cut or whatever, and it's its own brand. And so all the pieces, like only 3 pieces popped up, but you know they're all vintage. So, and it's, you know, it doesn't retail for much, so they really don't cost a whole lot. So I bought a pair of really cute pull-on flare purple pants for $10, and I think I have them listed for $50. And they fit me, so if they don't sell, I can just wear them personally. But so I went online and I bought that for $10. And then, yes, you have to pay $5.99 for the item to ship. But I probably could have used my reward points to get like 10% off or $5 off. I didn't even think about that. But so then when you go to checkout, you hit the save and bundle. And so any items that you buy 7 days, up to 7 days after your initial purchase, will be included in that bundle and ship all out at once. So you only get charged the $5.99 fee once. So I will do that, and then I will go through, and you have to time it out right with when you reclaim, because you can only reclaim items when it's 7 days or less for the listing to end, and then I just bundle those. Now, I do know somebody that had sent in a lot to ThredUp after these changes, and they were actually able to do the 7-day bundle feature, and they bundled up to 90 items. She counted over the 7 days, 90 items for $6 shipping. Completely worth it. So if you're thinking about sending in a lot to them, it can be done. Just throwing that out there. Okay, let's see some other things. So like I said, eBay has been really dead for me. What are you guys, if you sell on eBay, let me know. Are you guys still making sales, like decent sales? And if so, what kind of brands or items are they? Because I could use some help. I could use some pointers. Okay, so for, like I said, Facebook has replaced my eBay pretty much, and thank goodness. So I guess some things that I use weekly for making sales on Facebook is that they have very nice features for renewing a listing. After a listing has been active for 7 days, you can just simply go in and click the renew button, and it will bump it back up to the top. So it'd be like equivalent to sell similar on eBay or sharing on Poshmark. Also, they have a delete and relist feature, and it's kind of like cross listing, so you do have to take in consideration it does take time. Like I usually do 5 at a time and leave it up for like 1 or 2 minutes because it takes time to process. But those features are amazing. Head over to my Instagram. Thrifting is my beach as well, and I showed you a couple screenshots on like what to do to get to that point. I will let you know, somebody did comment that they don't have that feature. I think it was quick something, and it took you directly to relist or delete or renew, sorry. Yeah. So Ellie, I actually put this in here. So like I said, Facebook's been great. Those are the tip. Those, like, I go in weekly and I try to do it like on a Thursday or Friday to renew, because people typically get paid on Thursdays if they get overnight direct deposit, or Fridays. So yes, there is a newer feature on Facebook Marketplace. Now, when you sell on Facebook Marketplace, you sell on your personal account. However, they also are now offering a business. So you set up a business. It can do the taxes for you, everything. So doing this, it's told me I could only do it on the Facebook app. I tried to do it on my desktop and I could only do it on my Android. So you put in all your information. It's very similar to confirming for tax purposes. If you make more than $600 on Facebook within 1 year, they're going to ask for your social security number, and because they have to report that income to the IRS. So make sure you're filing your taxes properly. It was similar to that as far as it asked for my legal name, date of birth, my social, and my bank account information. So when I got to my bank account information, I had this error screen pop up. It was like an HTML code. And somebody reached out to me because I think I put it in my stories on Instagram, and they're kind of like into IT. And she recommended I log out, turn off my phone, and reinstall the app. And it keeps happening. So I reached out to customer service through Facebook, which previously it was like the worst ever, right? Like super hard. I got a response within like a couple of hours, and they told me some steps to take. And if that still didn't work, then I needed to go through Zoom and like figure it out and give them permission to log into my account and see what kind of error code. And so I'm going to send them a screenshot of the error code because I think other people are getting this code as well. Not sure what's going on. And then somebody else right a couple hours ago just got on and said that they keep getting this error code, but then they went onto their desktop and it said that their account was in review and that it can take up to a month at this point. Because when I submitted my tax information, I don't know, probably like 6 months ago, they had my account on hold, so I couldn't make any online sales while they were verifying my information, and they didn't let me know that ahead of time. So I missed out on a lot of sales. I previously talked about that, and I was pretty frustrated, but I think it's going to be kind of similar to that. But I've been told that if you create an actual store, not only do I think buyers will be more trustworthy, but I think it will be easier to set up because how it's set up right now, it's not very user-friendly. And I'm hoping it will also bump you up in search ranks so you will get more views, which would equal into more sales. So I will report back to you on that because I need to send them the information. And it sounds like I'll be in a Zoom call. I don't know if they've bumped up their customer service, but they are constantly coming out with new features on Facebook Marketplace. So if your sales are slow on eBay, consider Facebook. Now, take in mind that I have heard some horror stories about people getting scammed, like that the buyers can open a return case and automatically get their money back. So I typically sell lower dollar items there, between $10 and $30. I don't think I like, right now I have a Trump book for sale on there for $500, and I have somebody interested that says they're going to buy it in a week or two. I don't think they will, but if they do, that's awesome, right? $500 is a lot of money. And so it just makes me nervous. Okay. Yes. Hi, Be Carried Away. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for joining us. And Reseller Wendy. I love all these people in the chat. Thank you. It means a lot to me when you guys are active in the chat. It lets me know that you're engaged. And it's always nice to talk to other resellers. If you follow me on Instagram, you will also maybe remember that I am starting a reseller meetup group. I'm here in West Central Illinois, and I'm ready to make some real in-person reseller friends. I am very anxious over COVID. I was just kind of itching to get out and become social, as I've been a hermit since I've been a mom for like the last 6 years. And I'm just trying to give more self-care and not just only be a mom. You know, I can have friends and have fun and all that. So If you're interested and you're in the Central Illinois area, please go to my Instagram, Thrifting is My Beach, and send me a DM. It's going to be once a month in Peoria, and I'll be arranging it. So I've had quite a few people already interested that are going to be driving hours, and I am thrilled. I cannot wait. I don't have a date set yet. It will be on a weekend in the evening, just because I have people traveling to come. So that's another thing. Sorry guys, I'm looking at my notes. It's like a page and a half. Aren't you impressed? I actually took notes this time. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something else about eBay. Okay, so Ellie, Facebook's fee is only 5%. Poshmark is 20%. So just think about that. And there's no store fee. 5%. And they have really good shipping rates. I use my labels through Facebook, and it's very easy to print right from Facebook Marketplace. So I do really recommend it. So yes, since Ellie, I didn't really answer the question before about getting free labels on Facebook. So if you opened, they were trying to give you an incentive for opening up an actual store business on Facebook. They were saying that if you set this store up, you'd be waived the 5% fee for the whole month of June, and you were going to get the 50 free USPS shipping labels. 50. Can you imagine? I don't offer free shipping, but for that, I totally would. I just have the buyer pay for shipping. So because my account's either in review or I have some kind of error message, and if there really is a month where it takes them a whole month to review your account before it becomes a business, then I don't think it's gonna work. But I will let you guys know at my next live, which will be in 2 weeks. Okay. All right. So I had a return on eBay. I hardly ever have returns. I don't accept returns unless the item is not as described. I sold a bra. The company Knix, Knix. It's a desirable bra company. If I see it for a good price, I'll pick it up to sell. So I got this bra, and it's reversible, which is pretty cool. You don't come across bras very often that are reversible. So I made a collage of each side of it for the main picture to show it was 2 different colors. And in the title, I said bra. In the description, I said bra, reversible. You know, it's just people don't read. So the person bought the bra for $35, received it, and opened a return case because they thought it was 2 bras. And she said she would never pay that much for 1 bra. And so I'm like, it sold really quick. I was like, I'm just going to accept it. I don't want the hassle or negative feedback. I'll just have the bra sent back to me. So in doing that, and you guys may or may not know this, so I'm going to let you know. And I got this directly from eBay. So if an item is not as described, and I can't remember if she opened an actual item not as described case or not, because if they do, you have to automatically accept it. Otherwise, you can get a defect on your account. Okay. A buyer, before I thought that buyer had 10 days to send an item back. They actually have 15 business days. So take that in mind. That's quite a while for them to keep an item. Probably wear it or damage it. Who knows? And some cases, before they send an item back, can be up to 35 business days. Take in mind the amount of time it takes USPS to ship. I've had some packages be in limbo for like a week at a time, not being tracked, and buyers becoming frustrated and venting to me. I even had one person leave me a negative feedback. They didn't even have the item yet because it hadn't scanned for like 4 days. And so I had that feedback removed. Thank goodness. Okay. So yeah, they have 15 business days to send the item back to you. However, did you know as the seller, you only have 2 business days to refund their money once the item is delivered. So I had my item delivered to my P.O. box because another reseller tip, if you don't have a P.O. box, you need to get one for your own safety. There are so many crazy people out there, and just for my peace of mind, knowing that I'm not giving out my personal resident address. I know some big time resellers I've bought from, they don't have a P.O. box. I can Google and see exactly what their house looks like. That's like so creepy. I highly recommend getting a P.O. box. It's $26 for 6 months, or you can pay, I think, like $50 or $52 for 1 year. So if you're not getting a P.O. box, you really should, because I sleep so much better at night. Anyways, The package was sent to my P.O. box. My town I live in is very small. My P.O. box, my post office, is only open for 4 hours during the week and 1 hour on Saturday. And it's during lunch and nap time, making it difficult for me to get there. Well, luckily, the post lady was kind enough and sent it to my house. I didn't check my mail, like, in one day, right? So I had today was the second day. You have 2 days to give them their money back. And of course, I'm not going to refund it when it showed it was delivered, because you want to open up the item, make sure that it was sent back in the way, or it was mailed back to you in the way you had sent it out, because sometimes there can be scams or it could be damaged, right? So I wanted to actually open up the package and make sure it was in the right shape. So the buyer messaged me today and said, hey, it shows that the item has been delivered for a week. Today is the last day before it escalates to eBay. Please refund my money. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I opened it up, and it was just like, I felt so pressured that you have to give them their money back in 2 days. My life is crazy. I do this part-time. If I had a full-time 9-to-5 job and had to issue a refund and remember all this stuff, I don't know that I could do that in a timely manner. 2 days is absolutely just bonkers to me. And then it takes another 3 to 5 business days for the refund to be completed. And it actually depends on what type of payment they make. It can take up to 30 days. That is insane. And I believe if you refund somebody that they still leave you feedback. So if the refund amount is too long for them and they become impatient, they can still leave you negative feedback. And, it's like same thing with shipping. How long it takes an item to ship, it's completely out of our control once we have sent it out. And I've had people get upset about that too. But, okay. Enough with eBay. Hopefully next time that you guys are back on, I'm consistently listing, because I haven't been in the past. So hopefully I'm consistently listing, which I have been in the last week. And I will have sales again, because at this point I'm really questioning if I want an eBay store, because I do, and I pay a month, like monthly, and it used to be my number one source of income, and now Facebook is beating it, and it's probably tied with Poshmark. All right. Sorry guys, I have a lot to say. Can you tell? Okay, yeah. Alicia, I know you have reseller friends, and I want that so badly. Like in person. I want to be able to hug somebody and like feel the joy, because when I go thrifting, I thrift by myself, and I come home and I show my husband, and he pretends to like enjoy it, but I want to share that experience with somebody that gets it like I do. So, how many items do I list a day? Probably 5 to 10, and that's only been recently. Prior, I was listing probably 2 days a week, like 20 items a week, which is so bad. That's why I say part-time, like very part-time. But because of how I am getting up early and I hired out a photographer, I should see growth since I am having somebody do part of my work for me. Okay, something else to discuss. A couple weeks ago on Instagram, somebody had shared a new VA service that they use for Poshmark, and I have talked about Reseller Assistant before, that I have used for the last 9 months to automatically share my closet, I think 3 times a day. And I don't even have to think about it. It's auto-renewed. I had my subscription just renew each week. And it's $25 a week. That's $100 a month. That's what I pay for my internet. Like, that's ridiculous, right? Like, and for me being very part-time, it didn't translate enough with higher dollar of sales for me to continue doing that. So there is an alternative that is only $25 a month. And you can use somebody's discount code. I don't think I have an affiliate link yet. I'll have to get back to you on that. But you can get 30% off your first month if you can get somebody's resell or affiliate link. So I only paid $21 for the first month. So it's like semi-automatic. It's a Google Chrome extension, and it is called I want to make sure I tell you the right thing. Posher VA. Again, that's Posher VA. I'll put it in the chat too. And so, like I said, it's a Google Chrome extension and $25 a month. And so all you do, you need to make sure that your sleep mode is off of your computer, because you have to do it on your computer. Make sure the sleep mode is off and your laptop is being charged, and you simply click share. I'll screen share for you guys and show you briefly what this is. So I like it so far. I had increased sales the first day or two because I had an automatic feature of offers sent out to likers. And, but it's kind of leveled out, going into the abyss. Okay, so there's the live chat in my browser. This is the Google Chrome extension. Again, Posher V8, V8. No, that's my drink. VA. So here you have the share. Now this is what I automatically do. You can share. They recommend sharing no more than 8 to 10,000 items a day. My store has about 1,000, so I typically share 3 or 4 times a day. So what I do, you have the option to, sorry, to make sure that all right. I just want to make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay. So you have the option to share to your followers, specifically just to the Posh Party. I don't even know what edit next list method. I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to talk about that one. But, and again, remember I'm on a 20-second delay. So if you ask a question in the chat, I may have to think about it for a second. Okay, so I always just share to followers, my closet. And they recommend doing medium. You can do fast. I forget how many seconds it is. It'll tell you. 2 to 3 seconds. Okay. And here's the options for sharing. I only want to share available items. The reseller assistant was actually sharing my items that had sold. And I reached out to them because I thought it was a glitch. And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll stop. No, it kept happening. It's just some out of your control. You can randomize your closet unless you have them in a certain order. I always have my items shared to any kind of eligible party that is currently being viewed. You can do continuous sharing. I don't, just because you could get in Poshmark jail. So all I do is simply click start. You do leave this up in your browser, but you can minimize it, do completely other things. It doesn't slow your computer down or anything. So as you can see here, so I have 925 active listings on Poshmark. So it shared them. It usually takes, I don't know, depending on the size of your closet. And it stopped sharing for me at 7:17 p.m. Now, some other things you can do that are really cool that Reseller Assistant just started, but I don't know if you have to pay additional for that, is, you can follow people. I don't really care about that. Mine is the actions. The offer to watchers is huge. I would go on my phone onto Poshmark several times a day, and as soon as somebody liked an item, I would wait a couple minutes to see if they made a bundle. But I would add it to their bundle, and I would send them an offer with discounted shipping. And the percentage of the people that actually accept that offer is pretty low. And so I felt very defeated. And so now I have this automatic offer, and you can choose the offer delay. I choose 3 minutes. It's automatically set at 5, but I think people are so impulsive that I would totally choose 2 minutes, but I'm going to stick with 3 for now. Now, your offer can vary greatly. I will tell you the 15% offer I don't think is enough. I think I need to change it to at least 20% because I've only sold maybe 3 items. Like my sales, I don't think have increased a whole lot because of it. You can also offer the discounted shipping. You can keep a cap at your net earnings, which I want at least $10 an item. And I want an item listed for at least a week, which is 168 hours before offers are sent out, because if I can get full price, I'll get full price. That's something that's active. And like I said, I've only had this for a week, so I'm still completely learning everything. Like, I don't know everything that's offered. And I know they're going to completely update it. So 10 offers were sent today. Oh, and the captchas that pop up when it's shared, they automatically solve them. So there shouldn't be an issue with that either. Okay, so there is Posture VA. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I think I applied to get their affiliate code, and I can't remember. I haven't gone back to see if it was approved or not because I just got it. And there's my email as well. Okay, so let's go back and I'll finish up my notes, and then we can chit chat about maybe some non-reseller related stuff. Okay. All right, so I'm back, and let's see. Okay. Let's see what else I have for you guys. So, do you guys use a VA service to share your Poshmark closet, or maybe you don't even have Poshmark? But it's always been kind of hit or miss for me. It's been pretty slow lately, except again for the first couple days that I got this Google Chrome extension. Okay. So I think I covered everything, guys. I just talked so fast. Yeah. All right. So now I'm just going to go off script and just talk. If you guys on my Instagram, I've been posting a lot about working out lately and stuff like that. So my mental health is probably the best it's ever been. And I owe it to the gym. I work out probably 4 to 5 times a week. And when I mean workout, I mean for at least an hour. And a couple of the workouts are high intensity. Like the other day, I didn't realize this, but your heart rate is not supposed to go above like 185. And I was doing an intense workout. I think it was Les Mills Body Combat, which is my favorite. And my heart rate got up to 208 according to my smartwatch. I hope that wasn't accurate but I was really pushing myself, and then I felt dead like 3/4 through my workout, and I had to slow down. So I think I overdid it. But working out, I have ADD, and I've told you guys before, but I no longer have to take my ADD meds, which is like Ritalin, because I'm able to focus more. My energy levels increase, which before it wasn't. And I feel good about myself, which is a huge thing. Before I felt uncomfortable. I gained weight over COVID, and I am getting older, so I was losing my muscle tone, and I've got 3 kids, so you can imagine that. And when you don't feel good in your skin, you don't feel sexy. It can affect your relationship. Like there's several factors to it, right? It's like just several layers, and it's improved everything in my life pretty much. And so I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm wearing my contacts now. I'm doing my makeup. I'm buying new clothes. I love this, and I've been doing it for 4 months, so it's not like it's a fad. I think it's here to stay. Now I do need to clean up my eating, as I had pasta for supper. If I don't meal prep, it's kind of out the window. Especially we've been on the run a lot this week, so we've ate out for lunch quite a bit. So Ellie, you do indoor cycling, like an RPM class. We I don't think I really told you guys, but we got the Echelon exercise bike, which is compared to the Peloton, and it is absolutely amazing. But I've used it one time. My husband's used it more than me, not that much, but it is amazing. However, I'm a group kind of person, so I love to work out in a group and have somebody push me and be with other people to work out. I am that way. I'm a social person. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be hooked on the bike, but I think that would have been great during COVID. So anyways, yeah, I've never been much of a biker, but I do like the cycling classes that they offer at the gym I go to. Okay. So I also get my nails done. I'm cheap. Like you guys know, if you know me, I'm cheap. I used to get my hair professionally done. Now I don't. I do it myself. I don't do like the box dye. I go to Sally's Beauty Supply and I get a good, I think it's called Argan Oil is the brand. And my hair is so shiny afterwards. I think it's so much healthier. Cycle Bar. That sounds familiar. Is that a chain? Kind of like Soul Cycle? Cycling is no joke. Like I said, I've been working out and it's hard. Even though like I'm in shape and stuff, my quads are just on fire. So yeah, out there you must have some killer legs because it's hard. I'm trying to think what are some other things. Yeah, so my husband has a truck that I typically drive, and then we have an SUV, and we're having car problems with both. And we're going on vacation soon, and we're driving like six hours, I think. And so it's like, well, crap. I hope one of our vehicles is fixed, and I don't really want to take the truck because it can't fit the kids and our luggage. So just, when like one thing goes out, everything goes out. But I think that's the only negative thing that that I'll discuss with you guys. But yeah, it's looking good. It's been beautiful here. My kids have been outside a lot. We've been busy. My kids start T-ball this weekend, which is great. My husband's going to be out of town, so he's going to miss their first T-ball game, which is kind of sad. But that's all I really have for you guys. It's been almost an hour. So I think I'm going to head off. But like I said, I know I haven't been putting out much YouTube content because it's kind of on the back burner. It's not really paying me like reselling. So, but I do want to put out a video on what has sold on ThredUP. And because like I said, I am still making sales, just not like I was. And I want to discuss shop thrilling more, and if and when I get approved for a store on Facebook, because I feel like there's not much information out there on why you would want to store. Like, I can't find it. Like, why would I want to store versus how I'm doing it now? But I will tell you, your listings do transfer from your Facebook Marketplace, from your personal to your page. So don't worry about that, because didn't want to apply, but then somebody does have a Facebook store and said that their listings transferred automatically to it. So, Ellie, so I'm getting ready to reclaim the rest of my items probably in a couple weeks to ThredUP. I'm hesitant if I want to send stuff to them because, like I said, I've got stuff for Paisley Lion, but since Paisley Lion no longer has labels, I still have the bags from, like Christmas time. Maybe even, no, it was fall time when you could only get a bag. Some people could only get bags versus labels for ThredUP. And so I still have them. And so I think I'm going to start sending stuff into them. Maybe I need to clear out my inventory and just send stuff into them, and then I'll mark it up to the point where I won't get charged the fee. And then if it sells, it sells. And if not, they can just keep it and I won't reclaim it, because I do need to clean up my closet. I've never had 1,000 active listings, and I think it's time that I kind of, but thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like. Before you leave, I don't have anything else really to touch on, except when I do see you in 2 weeks, I'm going to be exhausted because I'll just be coming back from vacation. And so yeah, but I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves and get something out of my video. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. All right. Have a thriftlicious night, everyone. Bye.